What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're going to take a look at Iron Studios 1/10 scale Pyro, and you can order this statue at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. And as you guys know, if you've been watching my video, this is a part of the defective loot box, which is there's nothing wrong with it to be quite honest with you. I lucked out. Beast has something a little bit on him, but as far as Pyro is concerned, nothing at all. It's in perfect condition. As you can see here, it's a lot of plastics. Even the fire effects are still intact. I'm guessing the person just changed his mind and was just like, you know what, I don't want to continue this Iron Studios line. As you can see at the bottom. But you know, if there's one thing that I've learned from that defective loot, is that they're severely underrated. I don't know, man. I'm just basing it off my X-Men experience, this Iron Studios. I always had this vision that 1/10 is really small, which is, it kind of is. You know, it's smaller than a 1/6 scale, obviously, which is a Hot Toys, you know, the size of a Hot Toys. But because of the base, it adds more to it. You know, look at this diorama base right here, and the fact that they are how do you call this, dynamic post, which some of the cases, like the beast that I showcased last time, you can't do that in a Hot Toys figure. You know, maybe if you get a power post, you know, kind of like an Iron Man back then, it would work. But the one thing that, even on a power post, one thing that's missing is the base that would make it a little bit more grand. That's one thing that statues almost always have a leg up when it comes to figures, because they're obviously two different mediums, but the base gives it an impression where there's something going on. Like, it tells a story, right? Like with this guy right here, I don't know, he's stepping on a like a cement there with, I don't even know what this is, like some sort of machinery. And as you can see here, there's some cracks on the flooring. It's like a slab here, and then this piece of machinery, or whatever the case may be, it's burnt out. You can see the weathering on it. It's nicely done, and it's very rare that we get a diorama base from Hot Toys. It's extremely rare that, you know, you get something like this. And for the most part with Iron Studios, they kind of, if it's X-Men, if it's all villains, or Brotherhood, or whatever the case is, they kind of have a theme. And that is amazing. You know, some of them are in the X mansion. You know, you see the Wolverine, the flooring, and all that stuff. With Beast, it's more of a Sentinel head. And as you guys know, they do have this massive Sentinel that comes in a diorama with a bunch of X-Men in them. And for those who doesn't know, like, you just kind of key this in the keyhole right there, and you know, just make sure that you set the other foot, because it could key in several ways, but it looks like one of his foot is hanging up. And look at Pyro right here. Obviously this is from the animated series or comic book, whatever the case is. This is not the realistic take from the movies, but boy, look at those fire effects. They look beautiful. The paint application here, there's textures from his like the mid abdominal area. It's a different texture than the rest of the suit. You know, you can clearly see it from here. And in his what do you call this, a backpack, or you know, whatever you want to call it, for the flamethrower. It looks beautiful. The shoes also have some weathering on it. There's some mud, if you will, or dust. That's the different color. And sole of his shoes as well, there's some textures in there. And the backpack, like I said, it does even have those hose that connects into his forearm that, you know, produces the fire. And the fire, you can kind of just key it in there. You can see there's metal rod that you just insert, and just beautiful paint application overall. And this pose right here, you know, like the anatomy of him, he's kind of slender on the slimmer version, you know, compared to Beast, which is just a massive hulking creature right there. But here he is, you know, pretending we're in the X mansion, the abandoned one. He came in and just set everything ablaze. Beautiful. So if you're into X-Men, which I am, this is not a bad alternative, to be quite honest with you. This 1/10 scale to represent, you know, this X-Men line into your collection, it's not bad at all. Not bad. Am I considering it? Absolutely. The price, I wish it was a little bit lower though, because of because of the size of this thing. It's almost close to Hot Toys. That's the only thing that kind of but the footprint that it's gonna leave into your display cabinet, you can't match that. It's so small. Well, it's not super small to a point that you wouldn't notice it, but obviously at 1/10 scale, it's not gonna have the same impact wise as a quarter scale or a premium format statue, or a third scale. It wouldn't. But on something like a team up, like X-Men, where if you want to buy multiple characters, and you build this massive diorama, for example, it would still have a nice presence, in your shelf or whatnot. If you play it right, if you create a story within this multiple characters, because on a quarter scale, it could stand alone. That's the difference. That's why it's so big. And the base kind of tells the story. Now with X-Men that Sideshow is tackling, it's also, if you have the space, it is nice. If you collect those characters, they also kind of interjects with each other. Like the Wolverine with Sabretooth, same base basically. Cyclops and Wolverine, like Sentinel. It's also nice, but again, that requires space and a lot of money. Let's just be honest here. With those two, like Wolverine and Cyclops, the premium format, that's around $1,100 before shipping. With $1,100, you can probably buy 5 or 6 Iron Studios. So that's just to give you perspective there. 6, maybe 7. So here he is with Beast, as you know, and there you go, guys. Pyro from 1/10 scale from Iron Studios. Thank you for watching. I hope I gave you a little bit perspective on the 1/10 scale. So, I wasn't a big fan of 1/10 scale, but I'm slowly getting there. Even statues, I've had statues before, but never really had any interest whatsoever in diving more into that. But now it's getting more and more. I'm getting there. So be in a journey with me here. Collect anything that just puts your imagination somewhere else. So that's a good thing. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below how you think about this piece or its statues in general. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.